Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video on Pepe, your daily update. We'll do a full update. We'll talk about everything you need to know. All right. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I hope you're all doing great, of course. And this is a pretty important moment for Pepe, just in general, because I mean the markets are still super over leveraged, so some sort of a big spike down is to be expected. Pepe also did get a spike down, and this is the first time that this has actually happened. All right, a spike of about 27%. In general, I still expect more bearish momentum at some point of time, but the big question is can we rally before getting that bigger spike down, or is it more likely that we'll get that from here? Because even though we got that spike down, the funding rate still is at an all-time high, I would assume, or at least it's at the highest it's been in the last 9 months. So it's still going to get that spike down. That's a conclusion based on that. But the situation, like I said, is interesting because this is the first time I would say that we've actually found some strong resistance right here at 8,500. Now, if you still remember my video yesterday, what I said is that, all right, well, we're waiting for either like 7,500 or 7,000 to break. Then we can rally higher. My price target was 9,000. We got pretty close, but missed it by a couple of by 300 or so. But here you can see, I mean, we've not had this since this real bullish momentum for Pepe started. So that's interesting, especially in these market circumstances where Bitcoin, I would say, is still bullish, but it's also struggling a little bit with the previous all-time highs. So yeah, if you purely look at Pepe technically, which I always like to do, you would say it's still bullish. All right, because even though we have found some strong resistance, the reaction we got from support, so that's the 236 FIB, that's the 50 EMA, was very strong. All right, so if you purely take a look at Pepe technically, I would say it's most likely will rally up to 9,000 and 10,000 up here. Now, luckily, the technicals are not the only way we can look at Pepe, because if you look at some other numbers regarding the open interest, for example, and regarding some liquidations, perhaps, maybe the RSI. The RSI, I wouldn't look at the RSI too much in these situations because you can see it has topped out a lot of times, and none of those times it was the top. So that's always interesting to look at. The CVD is going down, but I wouldn't look at that either. But if you look at the open interest, I think that's interesting, all right? Because here you can see that we are very much losing momentum. And this is not the first time we've lost momentum, but I would say that if this loss of momentum and loss of open interest continues for a bit longer, then it is the longest. And then it's also coupled with the fact that the funding rates are the highest they've been, by the fact that Bitcoin is at a strong resistance. So then it's starting to look pretty bad for Pepe. All right, but like I said, it still has to continue. So right now, I would say we're in that period of time where we're waiting for some confirmation as to whether that open interest can increase again or whether it's going to drop down lower, which will ultimately result in a bearish breakout. So again, I'm going to give you an analysis like I gave to you yesterday, and whether you see value in that or not, that's up to you. But if you look at Pepe right now, I would say that the two most important support levels are right here between 7,000 and like 6,800. And then the main resistance level, even though it's not the top, is this level right here at 8,000. Psychological level, also technically respected. And we're just waiting for one of these levels to break out. Because what I think and what I assume is that if Pepe breaks out above 8,000, I assume the open interest is increasing again. So then this little hiccup is basically the same as what we had the 2nd of March right here, which was followed by bullish momentum. So then if we break above 8,000 and that's the case, I think 10,000 is most likely. However, if we're not able to do that, if that never happens, and then the open interest will keep decreasing, that's logical. And then eventually Pepe will break down below 6,800, after which I will assume that we have lost momentum and that will drop down lower towards 5,500 at least. And then I'll just keep you updated. I mean, the markets right now are just so volatile and so reactive that daily updates are, I think, necessary. But that's the breakout I'm waiting for. One of these two breakouts. Based on that, you have enough confirmation to make other decisions, all right? But that's what you need to know for now. So if you do have any questions, of course, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.